Hello, today we're going to be analysing drag queens. Drag queens are limited edition mean gays with bonus special features. These catty makeup artists turned the brush on themselves to see what would happen if they just kept adding mascara. Applying the foundations to their drag art form occurred at an early age when they took their first steps, which happened to be in a red pair of their mother's high heels. Which means drag queens are well balanced. Not in their personal life, which is filled with theatrical drama, or their extreme relationship with poppers. It just means you'll never catch them slipping on the makeshift catwalk of whatever university student bar is paying them 35 quid on a Wednesday. The origin story of drag queens began in school, a time spent alienated for being too good at choreographed dance moves and too obsessed with Britney Spears to ever be considered straight. An event which turned these sass queens into mean girls, inflicting their childhood trauma from the angle of the oppressor this time. Ready to eat up the bachelorette party in the front row, who say that RuPaul is everything, but they've never been to a drag show. And if you ask them if they've seen Paris is Burning, they'll get scared and check their Facebook to see if their daughter has marked herself as safe, even though she's bagpacking in Spain, which is 500 kilometers away. But because these hens are shoving tips in their lingerie, they think it's okay to treat this drag performance as a two-way conversation that they can interrupt anytime they like. Little do they know, the drag queen has never been in a two-way.
I've been in a three-way.
That was the joke. Drag queens exist in a different time zone. They wake up at 2 p.m. and it takes them 3 hours to do their makeup, meaning brunch usually begins at tea time. And their tea is always piping hot and ready to serve with a license to spill. Is that a read?
For filth, bitch.
Drag queens love reading everyone for filth. And today, the library is open. But far-right conservatives are protesting outside it because they believe drag queens shouldn't be allowed to read books to their children. Unfortunately, their parents can't read either. They think their kids would be far safer being protected by other authority figures, like priests. It's impossible to offend a drag queen. They've heard it all before, and they're invincible towards your insults. Which means drag queens usually have a few haters, but no real enemies. Their only true opponent is themselves, but more specifically, their eyebrow hair, that they have to keep blocking with concealer. Drag queens drag everyone. They even drag brunch, which makes them automatically funnier than comedians who are crippled by the disability of wanting everyone to like them. Drag queens don't care what you think of them, as long as you pay attention to them, which means it was incredibly easy to get them to stand in my documentary. All I had to do was point the camera in their direction and their wrists went 20% limper, and they started arching their back like Marilyn Monroe in a hot Ford Fiesta on a boiling summer's day. So if you're standing in their spotlight, the best thing you can do is get out of their way, keep your eyes glued to the ground, and hope to Tina Turner that they don't come for you. Can I touch your wig?
Absolutely.
Ah, crispy.